So greetings and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm just going to do an update video prior to episode 10, and I wanted to cover a few of the things that I've taken care of since the end of episode 9 and kind of going over what is coming up. So episode 10, I'm going to be removing the front suspension, just about all of it, and having a dry ice cleaner come out and get the wheel wells and probably get into the floor pans underneath the car and into the trunk as well. And so I'm still probably about a month away, and I just wanted to catch up a little bit on what has gone on since the end of episode 9 and kind of give an idea of what's coming up. So let's have a look. Okay, so since the end of episode 9, I've had a chance to sort of peel away the undercoating and some of the dirt that's on all of the top surfaces of the sheet metal, and it's been pretty good for the most part. That I have areas where there appears to be some rust, mostly surface rust, water has gotten through. Other areas that where I get rid of the undercoating and whatnot, that looks like factory overspray and black, and the metal, also bare metal in places, is looking really good. For the most part, the undercoating and the seam sealer did its job. So I'm going to try and get as much of the loose stuff off as I can. Some of it I want to preserve. There's seam sealer in the cowl area, and definitely the cowl where the welded plate was installed by Shelby. I'm going to leave all of that and not touch it, just give it a good cleaning, probably get a coat of paint on it, but I think it's pretty neat the way it looks with the factory undercoating over the top of it. But pretty much everywhere, if it's loose, I want to get it up and find out anywhere that there's water has gotten in behind and where rust may have started, and I don't think I'm going to have any areas that I need to patch, but I'm going to clean it up and coat it and make sure that when the car goes back together, that anything that had surface rust has been ready to go and last another 50 years. So of course the passenger side is most of the sheet metal has been replaced on this side, but still up by the cowl and the floor pans underneath. I'm pretty excited about getting all of that, and even see areas where here that looks again like some factory overspray, and the metal underneath looks pretty good. So again, since the end of episode 9, I had the trunk to do still, and I did manage to get the gas tank drained and discovered a little bit of rust. That it's just all too common in 66, 65 Mustangs and fastbacks, I think in particular, that the rear window seals left a lot to be desired. That just not a really good design, and of course it was first year for production, and they just weren't that good. So here's what I discovered is in the corners, it looks like everywhere that water was able to drain in, and I'm guessing primarily from when the car was probably washed, that there's low spots, and then of course that the wheel arch and the trunk floor on the sides, that it's surface rust. On the passenger side, it doesn't look too bad. So far I haven't seen any place where there have been holes that go through. On the front corner, there is surface rust. I think that I'll be able to preserve the metal. I'm just going to clean it up really good. In both corners it's that way, and then there's a little bit again where water probably got in from being drained from, I'm guessing, car washes. I don't think the car was exposed to rain too much. It's hard to really tell. I do know that that owner number 2 had it garaged, and he purchased the car, let's see if I get my dates straight, in 1972. And so from that time on, it had spent its life in a garage. Probably not too much time out in the rain, but it was driven. And so yeah, I did find some inside the trunk, but overall it's not too bad. On the inside of the trunk, it looks really good. I've got bare metal on the passenger side, and I was able to peel that up, and once again the seam sealer did quite a nice job. On the trunk lip, not the trunk lip, the gas tank lip, that I have places where the rust water settled in, and I've got a few holes there that I probably will have just those sections cut out and replaced. I don't see any need to replace the entire panel. I think the body shop, once I give them replacement sheet metal, I can have parts or sections of replacement sheet metal taken out and sectioned in. But otherwise, the trunk in general looks really good. The metal, for the most part, is really solid. And again, where I pulled up the seam sealer from the factory some 60 years ago, that in most places the metal looks really nice and pristine. Okay, so that's about where I'm at right now. And when episode 10 gets underway, the front end will be propped up. I'm going to have some jack stands on the wheel dollies, which is going to probably look a little precarious. So that's going to bring a wrap to the update video. I did have, or do want to have a couple of shout outs. And one of them is for, if you've seen the YouTube videos on the CJ Pony Parts 66 Shelby. That car was exposed to an awful lot of weather. It has a really unique history as a one-time race car, and was parked inside of the showroom at CJ Pony Parts, and it was recently given over to a restoration shop, Peterson Restorations, I believe, and they've been in the process of taking the car apart and doing the rust removal. I find it interesting in that it's been getting a lot of criticism about how much of the car is actually being replaced, and I think that's an interesting idea in that all of these cars have some degree of sheet metal replacement and repairs that are done, including this one. And so there's an argument about, well, how much of the original car remains. Now that car, when I was in the hunt for a Shelby of my own, I had thought what a fun project that car would be to get, and having seen all of the work that's gone into it, it was way above anything that I'm able to do. But I would stand by the fact that car, as it's restored, is still that car. Secondly, I would give a shout out to a girl that is restoring a 68 Mustang Fastback that she bought, and her name is Savannah Camacho. I believe she has a YouTube channel. Anyway, she is restoring the car with her dad, and I think it's a really cool story. She, at one time on the video, even revealed what she paid for the car, and it was interesting in that a lot of people, she got blowback from it of people criticizing what she paid and so on. And I kind of felt bad that here we have a young girl who's working on a car, and she's doing the most of the work herself, and it's a lot of effort, and she's learning a lot, and whatever she paid for the car was up to her. And I think the life lessons that you get from something like that are worth far more than whatever was paid for the car. So I thought she was brave for saying how much she paid for it, and that kind of opened her up for criticism on that. I would never reveal what I paid for this, and I probably would get some kind of criticisms that way too. But anyway, Savannah Camacho, I stopped by and got a t-shirt. So if you think about it, she shouldn't be too hard to find. Savannah Camacho and 68 Mustang Fastback. It's white, very cool car, and you know, a lot of kudos for taking on a project like that. And she's going to have a great car that's going to look really nice when she gets done with it. So thanks for stopping by. Please drop a comment in if you have any suggestions or comments about the progress of the car or anything you would like to see. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you next time.